X's and O's.
All right. And our question comes from our guy, Julius Carter. And I had to check to see if this was real. From Effingham, Illinois. Not effing you, not effing me, not effing them, but effing him.
They just have a problem with ham. That's it.
See, I'm not a ham guy, by the way.
Okay, we may have to stop this. I don't think we can be friends anymore.
No, but see, listen, I was blessed. I was blessed with a saint of a mother who the only Cuban woman that didn't like to cook.
Okay.
So every day for lunch was a ham sandwich, white bread, mayonnaise, and ham. Not a piece of lettuce, not a tomato, not a little mustard. White bread, mayonnaise, and ham.
Yeah.
Blech.
That's rough.
For, decades. And so I'm not a ham guy. I don't dig on ham.
But jamon serrano.
No, I'm not.
Spanish ham.
No, I mean, you make exceptions every once in a while, but and so
So anyway, for you, Effingham is
Effingham is perfect.
You should live in Effingham.
Effingham, my friend.
And cheese.
No, I like the cheese part. But Julius says, hey, he loves the show, so already he's off to a good start. Keep up the great work. At any rate, my question is about cigar lounges, all right? Our favorite things. My options are limited in town. And by the way, we looked up Effingham, 12,000 people. It's on I-70 between St. Louis and Indianapolis. All right, so
no one eats ham,
right? Effing ham,
not one of those 12,500.
Effing big cities too. So his options are limited, but he loves to check out cigar lounges when I travel, which is quite frequently. I look for spots that have a good selection of smokes, top shelf bourbon, attaboy, and that sometimes is like a pipe dream. What do you guys look for in the cigar lounge, and what are some of your standout lounges from your travels? So we'll start with you, Mr. Calvino.
What I look for. So again, we're going to talk to Ozzy later on the show, which is cool that we have this feedback when we've got Ozzy coming on.
Good job, Julius. Timing is everything.
Yeah. So Ozzy will be able to talk about this kind of stuff because the guy owns several lounges and about to open up a new one. So it depends what I'm into at the moment. So do I want to hang out and have like a little bit of a party atmosphere, or do I want to just chill, maybe have a cup of coffee and maybe do some work, or maybe just chat? So that all depends. But the one thing that has to go across the board that I want every place that I go to in
clean
terms
toilets.
Clean toilets, you got it. No, I'm kidding. Is I want a decent selection of cigars. Right. That's my number one criteria across the board, because I can live with, like, let's say you don't have top, like old Julius here. If you don't have top shelf bourbons, I can live with an old fashioned made, or I can live with some. I can get around. But you see, being a cigar guy, when I walk into a cigar lounge or a cigar shop, I always buy a cigar. Like even if I have something that I really want to smoke, I buy something, because that shop, those lights don't stay on for free, right? So I always buy. And so, man, I hate to not have a selection, Like sometimes you walk into some cigar bars and they have like a little tiny closet, and all they have is just, big name brands that maybe don't have something you want.
Right.
And so for me, the number one thing is, how about we do that? Why don't we all the number one, non-negotiable? How about that? Or if you want to do a different thing. Anyway, for me, the non-negotiable is a cigar selection.
Ivan?
I don't know. I love the experience. I'll usually head for, we have a lot of connections and we know a lot of great places out there. If I have to drive somewhere, I'd like to go to some place that I'm going to get something that it's going to wow me. So for example, there's plenty of places like this. So like any of the Rocky Patel burn lounges, Corona Cigars in Orlando. I'm just giving some examples. These are almost like destination cigar places. And I love the little mom, but that aren't chain tiny. I love those because again, I go in there for the selection and conversation with people. I love it. But if I have a chance, if I'm traveling somewhere, I'm looking for somewhere that, I want to go experience this, So I'm almost looking for a theme park.
So, one thing that I want to keep clear: the guy asked for lounges, so not just
shops.
Yeah, not just shops.
Not
so
shops that has a
really,
chair you can sit down
correct,
and smoke.
yeah,
at.
we're talking lounges. So, do they? What did you want, Jim? What do you look for?
It's funny. I travel a lot, and so one of the first things that I check into is, all right, where am I going to have a cigar? And to me, what I don't find a lot of, and maybe because of the laws between smoking, is to me, I always look, do they have food? Because to me, I want to be in that lounge for a couple hours. I'm carving out time to be there, and you're getting into a cigar. Maybe they have a bar there, and I get hungry. I get hungry. So if they don't have food, and I've always felt weird, like, do I order like takeout service and or delivery service, or do they bring it in? Is that cool to eat? Need to order food and eat if they don't have a restaurant? So if you have food there, and it doesn't need to be like 5-star, but if you have food, that's always great for me. But I think for the most part is someone, if there's a little bit of attention to detail, you walk in, hey, how you doing? Especially, I mean, thing about lounges is, unless you're like in a Las Vegas, where they get a lot of traffic, everybody, that they know this is the first time you've walked into that place. So as long as there's a little attention, hey, you good? I don't need them holding my hand necessarily, but hey, you good? You all right? You need anything? Let me know. And if they have any sort of coffee, that'd be great. I'm a big coffee and cigars. I'm a big coffee and cigar guy. So if they don't have coffee, that's almost like a strike for me.
Yeah.
I need a little cafecito, and not even cafecito, but it can be American coffee. It doesn't need to be any triple pump latte, spin upside down, none of that stuff. It could just, you got some coffee? Oh, great, boom, then I'm good. But then what I like to do is I'm a bit of a voyeur when it comes to cigar lounges. All right,
no surprise there.
So there is no better thing to do than to people watch, right?
Sure.
So sit there, light up a smoke, have a nice coffee, and then just watch the human zoo happen. You know what I mean? Whether it's, there's a lounge by my house where they have, it's a lot of old timers that go there, which is great. And they have a domino table and everybody's going crazy. It's the most passionate game of dominoes. It's not very quiet in there at all. So it's hard to get any work done, like Zoom calls or anything like that. But I love that because I love to see what the, what is the human zoo going to do for me today? But other places, I love just to watch the people come in, the dynamics, and gosh, if you have some sisters of the leaf, that's even better, because then it really turns into sort of an experience.
I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like the shops that have a bunch of customers that are just buried into their laptops. Or,
right.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah, I like conversations. Just talking cigars, talking anything. But the people that are just to themselves and everybody's just like.
With their headphones on.
Yeah,
the big headphones, right?
Yeah. Well, like these things. So I started as you guys were talking, I started to just jot down a few of the notable shops from our travels that I thought were worth mentioning. Right. So Ivan mentioned Burn. Right. There's locations in Naples, Indianapolis,
Pittsburgh,
Oklahoma City, and I think they're working on other locations, but. That one is worth checking out. Like, that's a destination. Corona in Orlando and Tampa. Mm-hmm. Those are fantastic. Smoke In here in Boynton Beach. Galliano, which is Ozzy's place, who we'll talk to later. Galliano, Coral Gables. If you've never been, it's definitely worth checking out. And the new place is going to be killer. So you'd want to check that out too. Just about all the Casa de Montecritos are good.
Right.
Well,
the one in Vegas is great.
One in Vegas is
Caesars,
great. Yeah. And then you have like Industrial in Texas. Where's Industrial based out of? Is it?
I forget the town.
Me too.
All the new, I like the New York stores.
I was gonna say Carnegie.
Davidoff.
So I saw Nick Perdomo was at this place in Soho the other day. I think it's called Soho Cigars.
Oh, been there, yeah.
Yeah, that place looked really good.
That's a cool spot. It's different. It's
different.
It's a cigar bar that's unlike any other.
It's very unique.
It has a.
They have food.
It's a very different vibe.
Now,
right?
I will say this, and I won't mention the lounge because they're friends of mine. But what it's a bit of a turnoff for me is most of these places have members areas, right? And they got to make their money. That's where you go back there, and obviously it's more expansive. You have your lockers. Maybe you can do your own stuff in the back. But I always feel like the sort of the pedestrian area should be as welcoming in as the members area. You know what I mean? And sometimes there have been some lounges where
the public area should be yeah.
And sometimes I feel like you're just there, and they're you're not a member. Okay, whatever. Here you go.
You know who I think has that in the reverse? So right here, also in town, another great cigar bar, Smoke on the Water.
Mm-hmm.
Smoke on the Water is the inverse. Like, if you're like the members only area, it's not as fun to be at as
you're
the
isolated.
public area.
You're almost isolated,
and
right?
so, but that really works, because what happens is with a place like that, you do have the best of both worlds. Like, if I want that just party atmosphere, have a good time, there's people, there's conversation that you're hanging out, you can be in the public area. But if you need to talk and be quiet, you can go to the members area. So it's kind of cool that way. And so, by the way, Industrial Cigar that I was mentioning earlier, which is another killer lounge, is Frisco. You just
popped up.
Pulled it out, huh?
Yeah.
So there's too many to mention, right?
Too
Obviously.
many.
But another thing I do want to say is, if you go on to cigarsnob.com and go to the travel section, you'll see that every time we go to a city, we talk about the best shops and lounges that we found in that city.
I use it when I travel. I'm always like,
so for a long time, people would save the magazine
Mm-hmm.
so that they could have that. And so, I'm going to, Utah next month, right? Because it's not that easy to find cigar shops in certain places. So, and New York, we got Carnegie. You have Davidoff is a lounge, but not a cigar bar. Club Macanudo. Talk about one with food. The food at Club Macanudo is excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent food for a cigar shop or a cigar lounge. So, it's a great question. We can go on forever talking about this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of like cigars, it depends what you're in for. I mean, if it's if it's noon, maybe it's a little quieter.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna.
As opposed to if it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, you're looking for a little action. A little
looking for some action.
That's
not the first time Jim's ever said
Nope.
that.
Sometimes you're looking for action at noon. You never know. It all depends.
But I would like to hear. What you guys think are some of your favorite lounges from across the country or the world. So excuse me. So if you can, drop us a line, questions at cigarsnobmag.com, and let us know what your favorite shops are, or lounges. Sorry, I keep saying shops.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's 8 in Vegas, Wellington's in Fayetteville, or Empire in Brickell here in Miami.
Yeah, another excellent one. Yeah. Again, I mean, we're obviously blessed down here. We have
that place is
an embarrassment of riches.
Empire's just sexy. Oof, it's just in Wellington's it's pretty sexy too. It's just, but that's actually like a restaurant and a lounge, and they have poker nights over there. So if you're in the Fayetteville area, check them out.
Cool.
Good stuff over there. All right. Good stuff.
Art Villiger has something good to talk about now.
Well, the next time you go head to one of these lounges that we just pointed out, I got something for you to check out. It's the new Villiger Nicaragua. So let me tell you about Villiger's new latest limited edition, the new Villiger de Nicaragua Edición Limitada 2022. This special cigar makes a great first impression with its silky Sumatra wrapper and skillfully crafted torpedo shape that creates an immediate impression upon first glance.
Jimmy loves a torpedo.
Oh,
that's my jam.
That's another thing he hasn't said in a while. Under its glistening wrapper, a sturdy Mexican binder holds rich fillers from Pennsylvania and Nicaragua, the key components to the deep, complex flavor experience it presents. Medium to full in body, its top-tier Villiger creation offers a wealth of balanced flavors with bright tones of oak, dried berries, cocoa, coffee, rich earth, and natural sweetness. The new Villiger de Nicaragua Edición Limitada 2022 is made at the new Villiger factory in Nicaragua, a collaboration with the iconic Joya de Nicaragua Cigar Company. After almost 2 years of construction, the state-of-the-art factory was completed at the end of September 2021 in Esteli, the mecca of Nicaraguan of the cigar industry.
Amen.
Amen. Villiger, aimed to create a modern production facility that produces premium hand-rolled cigars for all Villiger markets worldwide. This Villiger de Nicaragua Edición Limitada is expressed in a single 6x52 box press torpedo and comes packaged in 20-count boxes. It has garnered high marks from professional tasters everywhere, including a lofty 92 in our own Cigar Snob Magazine. This is a limited edition you won't want to miss out on. Go out and ask your local tobacconist for the Villiger Nicaragua today.
Indeed. I'll tell
Throwing
you,
the tobacconist into the ad read just
Right?
to make, just for the added level of difficulty.
well, if there's anybody who's a wordsmith, anybody who's a linguist, it's IOC.
Oh boy,
It's,
that may be the first time I've heard that.
We exchanged tobacconists for torcedores, which is
well,
Yeah,
that's good.
That was a higher degree of difficulty.
That'll do that to your tongue there. Listen, I saw the door open. I saw Jasper walk in with with a big smile on his face.
Thanks for watching the X's and O's segment of the Cigar Snob podcast. To watch the perfect pairings segment, you can click here. Share a smoke, you can click here. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you're updated with the latest content. Follow us on social media, Cigar Snob Mag, and go to our website, cigarsnob.com. Subscribe to the mailing list, maybe subscribe to the magazine, check out some content, see some models. That's it. That's all I got.